Hey everyone. So, since the Charizard X giveaway has been decided, I'm rounding out the first month of my shiny giveaways on this channel with Charizard Y. That's 5 IVs, Callus bred, shiny of course, bred by me, nicknameable if you want it. All you have to do is leave a comment on any one of my videos between now and Friday the 25th. Winner gets picked by random drawing. Good luck! Hey everyone, let's see who's coming out to play today. Now, we've got Camus for an opponent here, and let's take a look at his team really quick. He's got Clefable, first of all, which is always a huge threat. If you don't know, don't ever sleep on Clefable. Clefable will cause you problems and make you go home crying to your mother. Now, Dragonite is always also a problem. Extreme speed, out-prioritying other people's priority, that's kind of a little bit of a tongue twister saying that, actually. Umbreon. Umbreon can do the whole wish passing thing. It's extremely bulky. You never wanna sleep on that either. He's got Scizor, which is definitely his Mega, so Mega Scizor is always a problem too. Espeon. Espeon is the mind games with Espeon, you know, because it can magic bounce your hazards back. You know, is he gonna lead with Espeon? Is he gonna just leave it in the back and then switch it in first turn to try and bounce your hazards back? Is he just gonna leave the Espeon in the back for the entire match and just leave it there as a threat, telling you don't set up your hazards because I'm gonna switch in the Espeon? You know, it's just the moment you see an Espeon, it's mind games. So there's that too. And finally, he's got the Swampert, which, while it may not be as much of a threat as all these other things he's got on his side of the field, you can't sleep on Swampert either. There's a lot of things that Swampert can do, including setting up Curse and just becoming incredibly bulky and everything like that. Anyway, so we're just gonna have to see. My opponent's got a bunch of threats, and we're just gonna have to see how I deal with them, alright? Let's go! Alright, Camus coming out to play. Now, he's gonna lead off with that Swampert, and I am gonna lead with Bug Eyes. Now, here's the thing really quick. You saw Espeon in his team preview, so I'm not gonna go for the Sticky Web. I'm gonna go for the Bug Buzz, kinda hoping to catch it on the switch there for that super effective damage, but he goes for the Stealth Rock, so he's playing mind games with me, and of course that's just the way it works when your opponent has Espeon in their team. Anyway, so I'm gonna switch out here because I figure, you know, he's got those rocks up. At this point, I want to make sure that I keep my sash intact. And so I come out into Cutman. The other thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of the rocks straight away. So he's gonna go for that Earthquake, but my Scizor is fully defensive. That is not going to do anything to this thing. And now I'm just gonna go for the Mega and go for the Defogs. So I'm gonna get those rocks straight out. No, I want no part of that, you know? So here comes the Defog. No more hazards on any one side of the field, although really there were only hazards on mine. And now he's just gonna go for the Roar. So he was trying to just shuffle me around onto the rocks, but that's not gonna work out for him. Now, I figure at this point, you know, he seems to be just staying in. And there isn't really much damage-wise that Lady McCoy can do to the Swampert, so I went for the Toxic, but he wins out on the mind games there, goes into his Espeon, bounces the Toxic back, and just gets that residual damage off on my Jellicent. So Lady McCoy's not looking too good here. She's not too happy about that, you know? Anyway, so I'm gonna switch out now, go back into Bug Eyes. I figure, you know, Galvantula is pretty fast. I should be able to outspeed and get some nice damage off on this thing. So he withdraws though, goes out into a Scizor of his own, and that is not going to take anything whatsoever from this Bug Buzz. Now, turns out too, he's running the exact same Mega as I am. Mega Scizor, so two Mega Scizors in this battle. He is gonna Mega straight off the bat, and I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch because I figure, you know, I would like to get out of here, but also I'd like to do a little bit of damage. So I come into the Catastrophe. Darmanitan coming out to do some damage. He's gonna go for that sword stance, thinking that he can save himself from the catastrophe, but no, he's gonna switch out now because he knows what a problem Darmanitan is. But I'm actually predicting him to switch. I'm just gonna go for the U-turn there, and so sure enough, I get to keep the switch initiative there as I go out into Knuckles, my Diggersby. Now, at this point, I want to get some damage off on this Swampert, and I figure that if I hit it with an Earthquake, I should be able to take it out because Diggersby is ridiculously strong. And sure enough, that Earthquake takes a Swampert out, so I'm sitting pretty right now. I'm glad to have that thing out of the way. He can't get rocks back up. So he comes in with Umbreon now, and I'm thinking, well, I know this thing is tough, but I'm gonna just go for the Earthquake again. I do some pretty solid damage to that thing, more than half, but he's gonna set up the Wish here, and so now at this point I'm fearing the whole Wish Protect thing. I don't need that, you know. I don't like getting Wish Protect stalled, so I'm gonna switch out of here on his predicted Protect. He goes, well, I'm gonna go back into the Catastrophe, and he's gonna switch out, trying to pass the Wish to this Clefable here. But the Clefable doesn't understand the Catastrophe, going for that Flare Blitz, that Stab, Choice Band, Darmanitan just smacks stuff. So the Clefable just goes straight down, and I'm very pleased to have that thing out of the way because I know that Clefable can cause problems. But he goes out into his Dragonite now, definitely gonna Dragon Dance on this switch, so I go out into Kunoichi, and there it is. There's a Dragon Dance. He's pretty much gotten his speed up, but at the same time, you know, Dragonite isn't that fast to begin with, while Greninja is as fast as anything in the world. So I'm just gonna go straight for that Ice Beam, regardless of his speed. I outspeed still, and one hit the Dragonite straight through Multiscale. So I finally gotten to test out that calc. That was fantastic. I love seeing that. Now, the Scissor comes in here, and I'm fearing the Bullet Punch. I'm running Hidden Power Fire on this Greninja, but if he goes for the Bullet Punch, that would be super effective damage, and I want no part of that. So I switch. He actually goes for the Swords Dance, and I am just gonna come into my own Scissor. Now, I'm going to be able to resist everything that this thing's going to go for, but I'm actually gonna go for the U-turn there. Sponge that Bullet Punch and go for the U-turn. Now I'm just gonna come back and then go straight back out into the Catastrophe once more. Now, the Scissor got away from it before, but he thinks he can survive. So he's gonna go for that Bullet Punch. I'm gonna live at 5, get this Flare Blitz off. There's no way you're living that. There's no way. You're 4 times weak. That's the end of Scissor. That thing goes down, but the Catastrophe can't even survive its own power. So now Darmanitan goes down to the recoil. Now, back into Bug Eyes. At this point, I'm looking at his team, and all he's got left are things that are weak to Bug. So I'm just gonna keep on going for the Bug Buzz. The Umbreon comes in and goes straight down, so that's very good. I'm glad to have that out of the way. That's a very bulky thing. And now the Espeon outspeeds me, so I'm thinking maybe it's Choice Scarf Espeon, something like that. Either way, though, I'm gonna get this Bug Buzz off. That's not going to kill, but it's gonna come very close, and I'm just gonna switch out here just to preserve Bug Eyes. Go out into Kunoichi. I'm part dark when I switch in, so I'm gonna be immune. I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse just in case, because if he is choiced in, I'm not gonna be taking any damage. And go for that Dark Pulse. Espeon is gonna go down, and that, my friends, that is gonna be the match. So there you have it. My Redemption team pulls off a very nice victory. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, because that'll definitely help me out with bringing you these videos. I enjoy making them, and I certainly hope you enjoy watching them. Also, be sure to leave a comment so you can be entered to win the shiny Charizard that's flashing up on your screen right now. One last thing, for those who are waiting for me to make another video with my girlfriend, actually, this one was meant to be with her. We recorded the audio together and everything, but somehow the audio files just decided to disappear on my computer. So I'm going to have to do another video with her. That should be coming sometime in the coming week. That is going to be one of my priorities. All right, have a good one.